winter of our discontent, made glorious summer by this son of York, and all the clouds that lowered upon our house in the deep bosom of the ocean buried. Now are our brows bound with victorious wreaths, our bruised arms hung up for monuments, our stern alarums changed to merry meetings, our dreadful marches to delightful measures. Grim-visaged war hath smoothed his wrinkled front, and now, instead of mounting barbed steeds to fright the souls of fearful adversaries, he capers nimbly in a lady's chamber, to the lascivious pleasing of a lute. But I, that am not shaped for sportive tricks, nor made to court an amorous looking-glass, I, that am rudely stamped and want love's majesty, to strut before a wanton, ambling nymph, I, that am curtailed of this fair proportion, cheated of feature by dissembling nature, deformed, unfinished, sent before my time into this breathing world, scarce half made up, and that so lamely unfashionable that dogs bark at me as I halt by them. Why, I in this weak piping time of peace have no delight to pass away the time, unless to spy my shadow in the sun, and descant on mine own deformity, and therefore, since I cannot prove a lover, to entertain these fair, well-spoken days, I am determined to prove a villain, and hate the idle pleasures of these days. Plots I have laid, inductions dangerous, by drunken prophecies, libels, and dreams, to set my brother Clarence and the king in deadly hate, the one against the other. And if King Edward be as true and just as I am subtle, false and treacherous, this day should Clarence closely be mewed up about a prophecy which says that G of Edward's heirs the murderer shall be. Dive, thoughts, down to my soul. Here Clarence comes. For now they kill me with a living death. Those eyes of thine from mine have drawn salt tears, shamed their aspects with store of childish drops. These eyes which never shed remorseful tear. No, when my father York and Edward wept, to hear the piteous moan that Rutland heard, when black-faced Clifford shook his sword at him, nor when thy warlike father, like a child, told the sad story of my father's death, and 20 times made pause to sob and weep that all the standers by had wet their cheeks, like trees bedashed with rain. My manly eyes did scorn a humble tear, and what these sorrows could not thence exhale, thy beauty hath and made them blind with weeping. I never sued to friend nor enemy, my tongue could never learn sweet smoothing word, but now thy beauty is proposed my fee. My proud heart sues and prompts my tongue to speak. Teach not thy lips such scorn, for it was made for kissing, not for such contempt. If thy revengeful heart cannot forgive, lo, here I lend thee this sharp-pointed sword. which if thou please to hide in this true breast, and let the soul forth that adoreth thee, I lay it naked to the deadly stroke, and humbly beg the death upon my knee. Nay, do not pause, for I did kill King Henry, but 'twas thy beauty that provoked me. Nay, now dispatch, 'twas I that stabbed young Edward, but 'twas thy heavenly face that set me up. Take up the sword again, or take up me. Was ever woman in this humour wooed? Was ever woman in this humour won? I'll have her, but I will not keep her long. What? I that killed her husband and his father, to take her in her heart's extremest hate, with curses in her mouth, tears in her eyes, the bleeding witness of my hatred vie, having God her conscience and these bars against me, and I, no friends to back my suit at all, but the plain devil and dissembling looks, and yet to win her all the world to nothing. Ha! Hath she forgot already that brave Prince Edward, her lord, whom I, some 3 months since, stabbed in my angry mood at Tewkesbury? A sweeter and lovelier gentleman, framed in the prodigality of nature, young, valiant, wise, and no doubt right royal. The spacious world cannot again afford, and will she yet abase her eyes on me, that cropped the golden prime of this sweet prince, and made her widow to a woeful bed? On me who all not equals Edward's moiety, on me that halts and am misshaken thus, my dukedom to a beggarly denier, I do mistake my person all this while. Upon my life she finds, although I cannot myself, to be a marvellous proper man, albeit charges for a looking glass, and entertain a score or two of tailors to study fashions to adorn my body, since I am crept in favour with myself. I will maintain it with some little cost, but first I'll turn yon fellow in his grave, and then return lamenting to my love. Shine out, fair sun, till I have bought a glass, that I may see my shadow as I pass. I do the wrong, and first begin to brawl. The secret mischiefs that I set abroach, I lay unto the grievous charge of others. Clarence, whom I indeed have cast in darkness, I do beweep too many simple gulls, namely to Derby, Hastings, Buckingham, and tell them 'tis the Queen and her allies that stir the king against the Duke, my brother. Now they believe it, and withal wet me to be revenged on Rivers, Dorset, Grey. But then I sigh, and with a piece of scripture tell them that God bids us do good for evil, and thus I clothe my naked villainy with odd old ends stolen forth of holy writ, and seem a saint when most I play the devil. A blessed labour, my most sovereign lord, amongst this princely heap, if any here, by false intelligence or wrong surmise, hold me a foe, if I unwittingly have aught committed that is hardly borne by any in this presence. I desire to reconcile me to his friendly peace. 'Tis death to me to be at enmity. I hate it, and desire all good men's love. First, madam, I entreat true peace of you, which I will purchase with my duteous service. Of you, my noble cousin Buckingham, if ever any grudge were lodged between us, of you, and you, Lord Rivers and Lord Dorset, of you, Lord Woodville and Lord Scales, of you, that all without desert have frowned on me. Dukes, earls, lords, gentlemen, indeed, of all, I do not know that Englishman alive with whom my soul is any jot at odds. More than the infant that is born tonight, I thank my God for my humility. Go after cousin Buckingham. The mayor towards Guildhall hies him in all post. There, at your meetest advantage of the time, infer the bastardy of Edward's children. Tell them how Edward put to death a citizen only for saying he would make his son heir to the crown, meaning indeed his house, which by the sign thereof was termed so. Moreover, urge his hateful luxury and bestial appetite in change of lust, which stretched unto their servants, daughters, wives, even where his raging eye or savage heart without control listed to make a prey. Nay, for a need thus far come near my person, tell them, when that my mother went with child of that insatiate Edward, noble York, my princely father then had wars in France, and by true computation of the time found that the issue was not his begot, which well appeared in his lineaments, being nothing like the noble Duke my father, yet touched this sparingly, as 'twere far off, because, my lord, you know my mother lives. I cannot tell if to depart in silence or bitterly to speak in your reproof best fitteth my degree or your condition. If not to answer, you might haply think tongue-tied ambition, not replying, yielded to bear the golden yoke of sovereignty, which fondly you would here impose on me. If to reprove you for this suit of yours, so seasoned with your faithful love to me, then on the other side I check to my friends, therefore, to speak and to avoid the first, and then in speaking not to incur the last. Definitively thus I answer you, your love deserves my thanks, but my desert unmeritable shuns your high request. First, if all obstacles were cut away, and that my path were even to the crown, as the ripe revenue and the dew of birth, yet so much is my poverty of spirit, so mighty and so many my defects, that I would rather hide me from my greatness, being a bark to brook no mighty sea, than in my greatness covet to be hid, and in the vapour of my glory smothered. But God be thanked, there is no need of me, and much I need to help you with their need. The royal tree hath left us royal fruit, which, mellowed by the stealing hours of time, will well become the seat of majesty, and make, no doubt, us happy by his reign. On him I lay that you would lay on me the right and fortune of his happy stars, which God defend that I should wring from him. Come hither, Catesby. Rumour it abroad that Anne, my wife, is very grievous sick. I will take order for her keeping close. Inquire me out some mean poor gentleman, whom I will marry straight to Clarence's daughter. The boy is foolish, and I fear not him. How thou dreamest! I say again, give out that Anne, my queen, is sick and like to die. About it, for it stands me much upon to stop all hopes whose growth may damage me. I must be married to my brother's daughter, or else my kingdom stands on brittle glass. Murder her brothers, and then marry her. Uncertain way of gain, but I am in so far in blood that sin will pluck on sin. Tear falling, pity dwells, not in this eye. Ely with Richmond troubles me more near than Buckingham, and his rash-levied strength. Come, I have learnt that fearful commenting is leaden servitor to dull delay. Delay leads impotent and snail-paced beggary. Then fiery expedition be my wing, Jove's Mercury, and herald for a king. Go, muster men, my counsel is my shield. We must brief when traitors brave the field. Look, what is done cannot be now amended. Men shall deal unadvisedly sometimes, which after hours gives leisure to repent. If I did take the kingdom from your sons, to make amends I'll give it to your daughter. If I have killed the issue of your womb, to quicken your increase I will beget mine issue of your blood upon your daughter. A grandam's name is little less in love than is the doting title of a mother. They are as children, but one step below, even of your metal, of your very blood, of all one pain, save for a night of groans endured of her, for whom you bid like sorrow. Your children were vexation to your youth, but mine shall be a comfort to your age. The loss you have is but a son being king, and by that loss your daughter is made queen. I cannot make you what amends I would, therefore accept such kindness as I can. Dorset, your son, that with a fearful soul leads discontented steps in foreign soil. This fair alliance quickly shall call. Have mercy, Jesu. Soft, I did but dream. O coward conscience, how dost thou afflict me? The lights turn blue, it is now dead midnight. Cold, fearful drops stand on my trembling flesh. What do I fear myself? There's none else by. Richard loves Richard, that is, I am I. Is there a murderer here? No? Yes, I am. Then fly. What, from myself? Great reasons why, lest I revenge myself upon myself. I love myself. What any good that I myself have done unto myself? Oh no, alas, I rather hate myself for hateful deeds committed by myself. I am a villain, yet I lie. I am not. Fool, or thyself speak well. Fool, do not flatter. My conscience hath 1,000 several tongues, and every tongue brings in a several tale. And every tale condemns me for a villain. Perjury, perjury in the highest degree. Murder, stern murder in the durst degree. All several sins, all used in each degree. Throng to the bar, crying, all guilty, guilty! I shall despair, there is no creature loves me, and if I die no soul will pity me, nay, wherever should they, since that I myself find in myself no pity to myself. Methought the souls of all that I had murdered came to my tent, and everyone did threat tomorrow's vengeance on the head of Richard.